It is hot here in Texas and I am dying. I am dripping in sweat because I have to turn the air conditioner off so y'all can hear me. So I decided to pour myself an afternoon margarita. Hello, hello. Welcome to Brandon Botanical in the Rena Root Corner. Today we're gonna deal with this nasty mess. If you've been following me for a while at this point, it's probably a broken record, but I just moved to Houston 2 months ago and I killed over 100 plants in the process coming down from Minneapolis. So far I've had 4 plants survive, kept their leaves, are still with us. As shocking as it looks, these plants are still alive. Okay, why do we have to get in a fight in the IKEA bag, cats? Come on. Y'all were just being all lazy until I started filming, and now I'm sweaty, you're fighting. Oh my God. This is just a glob of Anthurium roots and chunks. I know for a fact that this one's an Anthurium warocquianum, but I have no idea what these are. Today I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna save these Anthuriums, which is perfect if your Anthurium has died, but that big, chunky, hard piece of root is still hard and intact. Like this warocquianum has no roots, but look at that, we've got a growth point coming through heavy. For the backstory on these, I planted them about 2 weeks after I moved here, and I thought that some of the roots were still intact. I really should have just chopped off all the roots and started from scratch, but I thought I could save them. I have a savior complex. Oh my God, there's so much cat hair on my face. I need to go get a makeup brush. When I make up on my face, the cat's hair just sticks straight to it. Oh God, this feels so good. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is feel around and feel what's hard and what's squishy. So like over here towards the top, it's a little squishy. So when it's squishy, that means that there's gonna be some rot in this. Take your shears, and if you know my plant style at all, I never sanitize anything, but because these Anthuriums were the world to me, I'm actually going to take some alcohol, minty fresh, and sanitize the shears. They're actually also really dirty, so I guess this is a good chance to clean them off. The cats are very confused because I closed the blinds so the neighbors can't see me. Oh, this actually smells really good. So I'm gonna feel around on all of these and kind of see where it starts to get more. Can you hear that? If it's squishy, it's not good. In this one, it's looking like the squish kind of ends here. And we're just gonna cut that off. And you can see here that that's all dead. Usually when there's some living parts, it'll be a little bit more green or like beige, where this is like toffee brown, which is not super good. Oh, see, there you go. See, that's when you can tell when it's alive. So this chunk here, that's alive. This is all dead. Getting rid of a decent amount of this rot, but I don't want to get it to this point where there's actually growth. As I've cut in, this definitely isn't fully rotted, so I'm just gonna stop there. What I am going to do just to play it safe is just take a little bit of, okay, or a huge amount of cinnamon, and just kind of dip this side into the cinnamon because cinnamon is a natural antifungal. And then I'm just gonna cut off any of these roots that are obviously roots of the past. This root here, although it did die off through here, it still is pretty firm, so I'm gonna leave that one. We're going to call this good on the warocquianum. Then we've got this bad boy, not sure what it is. We have kind of a growing root here, a little bit here, and one here. This side, yuck. It is, this side is rotted. If it's doing this, bad news bears. So I'm just gonna cut here. So there's the cut. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but there's a little bit of rot around the edges. So I'm just gonna take it in a little bit further. This part also seems to have a little bit of squish. So I'm gonna trim off there. The root is actually growing. Ooh, see, that's how you can tell that it is no longer alive. Oh God, yuck. There is a root attached really close to where the rot is. I'm trying to figure out if I can cut further. Ugh, gross. I think that root needs to go just because it is, see, and there we go. So there you can see where it's a little bit more alive, which again, it's up against another root. Okay, so I got it to a point where I can kind of just scrape off the rest of that rot. The smell's not the best. Could be worse though. I have smelled much worse rotting plants. Then we'll give it a dip in the sin on both ends where I cut. That's it. Oh God, this is just, can you hear that? This is gnarly. I'm really setting the bar high and I'm going to re-sanitize the trimmers. Also, alcohol, I mean, granted it's the mint one, but make sure you get the 70-ish%, not the 90. We've hopefully saved the chonks that don't have a big root system. Now we're gonna go to these ones that have all these nasty roots. You can see that most of these roots are really brown, which means they are most likely rotted. This one slightly looks healthy because it has a little bit of white, but as I've learned from my mistakes, I think it's just best to cut off all the roots because if they have a little bit of rot, it's most likely going to spread. If you can see that there's like obvious new growth, I would keep that on, but these don't appear to have that. Okay, well now that I'm looking at this one, it is hard, which is a good sign, but I thought all of these had a growth point that I could see coming in. This one I can't. So I'm just gonna try to pick off all of the debris and see if I can see it. Because it is hard, there is a chance that it'll come back, but I'm gonna have a lot less hope with this one. It's like this section seems live-ish. Also, mind you, I rinsed these all off with the hose beforehand, so they are clean. So all the brown definitely is rot. Okay, this one actually is, oh, I broke the root. And since I broke the root, I'm just gonna cut it off because a lot of times they will rot with a little break like that. It does have this growth point right here, so that is a really good sign. If it has a growth point, it will put out new roots, so I'm just going to start from scratch. This one did have a little bit of squish. As you can see, there's a tiny bit of rot down there, so we'll just cut that out. Ooh, there also, I don't know if you can see it, but on this part right here, there's also some growth points there. So roots are probably gonna come from here, and then the leaf will come from here. Let's do a little dip dip. Little dip dip. Okay, so this one's a really skinny one, but right here, this is a new growth root. So I'm gonna cut off all the other roots because they are not looking good. I wish I would just done this in the first place. I've had these all sitting on my patio. The male people are probably like, what is with all these fucking empty pots? Oh my God, I'm getting really hot, y'all. Give it a little dip, dip, dip. Okay, and we've got the biggest one of them all. I don't know if you can see it in there, but there does appear to be a lot of actual new root growth. You can tell, like, especially like here, this one is really bright. All the ones that are like fully brown, definitely dead. But this one's like also holding on to perlite. So like if it's holding on to things, dead roots typically won't hold on to shit, so. I'm just gonna trim those back a bit. If there's any give in the roots, they're really squishy, just get rid of it. Ooh, that one was right next to a live root. Oh. There was one new root, that one at the end on this side right there. Lovely. It's kind of hard to tell with the bright light shining in my face. That one was bad. Oh, here's a good root that just broke off. Great. And a lot of times you can lightly hold and drag and it'll break off if the root is truly not in good shape. Honestly, some of these are stumping me. Oof, we got some squish up here. The nice thing about Anthuriums is they're kind of like Hoyas where they can really kind of regenerate anywhere. So it makes it easier to just like kind of chop and hope for the best. Oh my God, there's sweat dripping down my back. And one little trick I do is I'll shake it, and any roots that kind of like shake more than the others probably are not alive. Okay. When you're done shaking and they still move, like over here, get rid of that. Okay, so this one has a little bit of squish on the top, so I'm gonna go cut that off. And so there we go, we've gotten through the rot. I'm gonna rinse this off one more time just to kind of see where we're at. You can tell that most of these roots are still healthy. I was able to pick off quite a bit while I was rinsing it. I'm surprised this one doesn't have a growth point with how much new growth? I'm surprised this one doesn't have a growth point with how much new root growth there is, so we'll see about that. So now we've cleaned off all those stumps. Here is all the leftover debris. Now that we've got our chunks derooted, okay, I'm going to plant these in sphagnum moss. I put some of the Market Botany prop drops into a spray bottle. That way the roots will hopefully kick in to high gear. So for the big Warwickwianum, I'm going to put it in this container that I got from Cocoa and Palm Tree. I'm just gonna put that in there, put that in there. And I'm going to kind of angle this down so that this leaf can grow up and this root can grow down. So then I'm just gonna kind of stuff the moss like so, like that. It smells good, cinnamony. I used to love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That was like my favorite breakfast cereal. Okay, I need to learn to look directly at the camera more. And I also need to learn Rina-Roo. That crazy cat. When I first start speaking, I speak in a louder tone and then I mess my words up and then I speak in a lower tone. I need to balance that out. But anyway, we got that all situated in the moss there. And it's good if you can keep the cut side up because then you'll have less chance of rotting. We're gonna do one in this medium size. Was not expecting that to be as difficult as it was. Okay, our second little cinnamon stick is ready. We're gonna put this teensy tiny one in the teensy tiny container. I really hope these turn out because like, I don't know what Anthuriums these all were to be perfectly honest, but I loved them, whatever they were. See, I need to start labeling my plants. It's truly not good. Okay, one left, thank God, because squeezing that spray bottle, like literally my back muscles are so sore. You would think like, I'm buff. I got muscles. I can conquer anything. No, I can't even spray a spray bottle. Jesus. Okay, this is the one that mysteriously had no growth points, so I have very little hope for this, but we'll see. Okay, and look at that. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 repotted Anthurium chunks. I'm gonna go put these in the IKEA cabinet and we're gonna hope for the best. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. At Brandon Botanical, we want to make plants fun and easy, not hard, because I am, what? Lazy. I think the cats are about to have a litter turf war. Who's in there, Rena? Probably not even peeing or pooping. She's probably just fucking around. Now that we've hopefully saved these plants, let me know what you want to see next. Well, actually, don't tell me what you want to see, because I'm not going to do what you want to see. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Let me know what plant you just repotted in the comments below. And after you tell me what you repotted last, make sure to like this video and subscribe. You can check me out at Brandon Botanical on all platforms and brandonbotanical.com. I'm going to go so I can turn the air conditioning back on because I am dripping in sweat. Bye.